Hi, so we're often asked, how do I automate asking for reviews and when is the best time to ask for reviews? And the answer depends on how much support you have. So let's start out with acting as if you have no support, you are a solo agent, and you have very limited support where it's just you operating in a business. And we want to automate this as much as possible because you either have limited support or your support does not know the system as well as you do. And although you would ideally like to do this yourself, you just don't have the bandwidth. So let's start with creating a post-closing plan first that automates this as soon as they become a past client or as soon as they close. So to do this, me personally, I want to send a thank you email before I initiate an automation asking for a review. So our thank you email, and this is in Follow Boss, and I'll also show this in SureSend. Go to admin email templates. So this is in Follow Up Boss. Go to admin email templates. And let's pull up our thank you email, and I'll show you how to do this. So in Follow Up Boss, you go to admin email templates and create a new one. I really like to name my email templates the name of the plan and the number for our ordering purposes. So I would call this like closing email number 1. This is the email template name, and then subject line, thank you, or a big thank you, or congratulations, something like that. I'm incredibly grateful, something like that. Now you'll notice these percentage signs here. In Follow Up Boss, there's the ability to do merge fields. The one I use for the beginning of an email is this one here, contact and relationships first name. The reason for this is if more than one person was involved in the deal, such as husband and wife or partners, then we want to include all names, all first names in the email. Then click save. Then in the second email is when we go in for the ask of the review. So let me show you what this says here. Favorite ads. You could do this, or you can just simply go for the ask. Would you be open to writing a review for the name of your company? I typically recommend only including one review link rather than multiple, and just setting a reminder every 6 months to change out what link you use if you do want to build up more than one. I typically recommend starting out with Google and then maybe 6 months later switch it out with Zillow, and then 6 months later maybe switch it out with Facebook, so that you're sending clients only one place. Once you use more than one link, people see how many links they are, and then they just get overwhelmed and leave because they think, oh, I don't have time to write reviews on 2 or 3 different websites, so I'm just going to leave and do it later when I do have time. And then just like us busy people, everyone is busy in today's world. They don't have time, realistically. In their mind, they don't have time. So then they never do it. And then we say, if you don't know what to write, here are some questions you can say. And then I check this box here to share an email template with everyone so that anyone else within your Follow Boss account, so it doesn't share outside of your Follow Boss account, just any user within your company can see this. So within your team, or if you have supporting staff, only internally can see this. Okay, now let's initiate the automation. So if you're in automations 2.0, it's going to look different than 1.0. If you're in 2.0, it would look like this. Admin automations. Oh, this is also in 1.0. Is this one in 2.0? No, if you're in, I'm in 3 different accounts and they're all in 1.0. If you're in 2.0, here's a 2.0. If you're in 2.0, you'll create an automation and you can initiate it based on a stage change. I would recommend doing it based off of the main stage change rather than a deal stage change. A deal stage change, I would recommend not doing it based on that, because if someone's working on multiple deals with you, maybe they're buying and selling at the same time, you want to ensure that both deals have closed before you initiate official congratulations. So if they've bought and maybe they're carrying a mortgage because they haven't closed on their home they're selling, we don't want to send an official congratulations and a request for review when the home they are selling has not closed yet. So I would recommend initiating this based on a stage change to past client. Then we would delay it by 1 day and add our email to send initially with the thank you. So post-closing number 1 is the thank you. Up to you on your time delay here for the request for review. They have a lot going on. We typically wait 14 days. You may want to wait 7 days. And then we send the email for the request for the review. So that's one way you can do it. I'm going to save and exit. That's the easiest way, and you would turn it on and enable. If you're in Automations 1.0, you would initially need to create the action plan first under Admin Action Plans, create an action plan, and then click the plus action plan button. This is a demo account that has a ton of email templates, action plans, automations, so it takes a little bit to load here, but you would create an action plan, call it post-closing plan, where you would initially send an email for post-closing number 1. Maybe 14 days later, you send post-closing number 2. The numbering structure is kind of strange, where it shows if you have number 2 and number 22, for whatever reason, it shows number 2 at the bottom. I probably missed it. But anyway, you would create the action plan first and include all emails. And then you would create the automation. And you would click Add Automation, create the initial start, which is past client, add action, and then you would select the post-closing plan that you created and click Save. And the automation that you create, when you create the automation, something I forgot to show you is the settings to include, to include everyone. And to not pause when the automation, not pause automation lead responds. So settings, where is the include all? Repeat behavior, don't automatically. Is the include all here? Oh, the include all is per email. So send to contact in all relationships. There you go. And you can either send immediately or send between off hours or during office hours, or send at a specific time. So that is the first way you can automate sending a review. Now you can get really creative when you start to get virtual assistant help. And this is something we do internally at Key Technology, but this is not something we offer our clients because we know that we want our clients to be set up for success and simplicity is the goal. But once you start to get used to Follow Up Boss and once you have supporting help that can help you, it may make sense to ask for a review earlier in the process rather than waiting until the deal is closed. And this is something we do internally at Key Technology. We normally ask for a review after we determine, okay, they're all set, they're comfortable, we're good to go, now let's ask for a review. But we don't automate that ask because sometimes we ask for it earlier in the process. So since we don't automate that ask, we actually changed that step to not be an automated email, but rather to be a task for our virtual assistant. So for those of you who know Key Technology, you know that we are an anti-task business model for not only internally, but also for agents, teams, brokerages, and loan officers, and that still holds true. We are anti-tasks for agents, ISAs, and anyone who's doing prospecting. For virtual assistants, when it makes sense, we do use tasks. And this is one of the scenarios where it does make sense to use a task. It makes sense to use a task for when there are scenarios where a review request is being sent earlier. If a review request is being sent earlier in the process, then we're going to change this to a task. Where this is no longer automated, we would change this to be a task. So check something like, check if a review has been sent or has been posted. If not, send email template post closing number 2, and it's going to be assigned to the virtual assistant in our account, GP. That would be changed to a task only if the request gets sent sooner when it makes sense. When does a request get sent sooner? If a client is really happy with how you just managed a really hard negotiation and now you're under contract, or they're really happy with something that just was really difficult that you just handled, but you haven't closed yet, but they're really happy. Something really hard and emotional just happened. Emotions are high. That's a great opportunity to send and ask for a review right then and there. And then change this email to not be automated and instead create a task for your virtual assistant to know which websites to check. GP, our virtual assistant, knows to check Google and Facebook to check if a review's been posted, and if not, send the email template. So this is the second way. The second way is send the request earlier and then send this. The third way is if someone becomes a VIP client, but they have never written a review. How would that be? Someone can be a VIP client if they refer you business and you realize they've never written a review for you. Now, me personally, I don't check every time I'm referred a client from a past client. I don't check to see, oh, has that person written a review for me? I don't do that. But what I do have in place is a system. What is that system? First, they're tagged as VIP past client. So we have a tag in our Help Boss account for VIP past client. Here, I have 600 people tagged as VIP past client because they've either directly given us a referral or they've recommended us in a public forum, or they've sent an introduction, they've become a super fan, whatever it may be, they become tagged as a past client. That tag initiates an automation for people to then have our virtual assistant check. So do not create this automation if you do not have supporting staff. Do not take this on as your own work. Why? This is a low dollar per hour activity. This is not worth your dollar per hour doing. This is only worth $1 per hour for a virtual assistant to check. So when someone gets tagged as a VIP past client, we have multiple steps in here. Please bear with me. I'm going to need to find it. When someone gets tagged as VIP, we have multiple processes in place. Most of these do not relate to you. Here, ask for a review if we haven't written one. This gets assigned to our virtual assistant. So he checks Google and he checks Facebook, and then we do like a potential collab. But it initiates an action plan. It initiates an action plan called a quick favor. So again, low dollar per hour. Oh, it's not called a quick favor. What's it called? Ask for, review reminders. That's right. He just has an SOP in place. See, I don't even know what happens anymore because he's owned this. He has an action plan in place with review reminders. Again, low dollar per hour, not worth my time, but worth me to pay him to do this, of reminders to send. And they're not annoying, they're not pesky, but they are sent, 14 days later, 21 days later, and 30 days later to request a review if they haven't posted one yet. So this is why I say when someone asks, when How do you automate asking for reviews? When do you ask for a review? How do you ask for a review? Is it manual? Is it a task? Who sends the request? I say it depends. It depends on what support you have. It depends on what knowledge your support has in the system. It depends on if your support can take this and run with it and create the SOP for you. My support created this SOP and created it for me because it was not worth my time creating this SOP. And in fact, I realized, oh, we created this SOP later, this VIP past client. So I said, okay, well, we need to create an SOP for the people that are already VIP. And then we created this SOP to then request a review. So we have hundreds of people in our CRM that are tagged as past client that we never asked for them to write a review. But I don't want people to hear from us out of the blue who have been sitting in our CRM for 1 year or 2 years and then all of a sudden say, hey, can I ask, can you write a review for us? So I said, I don't have the time to create the SOP. So I asked Kendra on our team, who was in the States. It does not make sense for the virtual assistant in the Philippines to make the SOP. He is not the critical thinker in our company. It is Kendra. I said, can you think of 1 or 2 different offerings to give to these past clients first before we ask for a review? Create an SOP. I'll review it, and then we can create the automation and the action plan. And I don't want to then be overwhelmed with requests depending on what we're offering and what they opt in for. Let's do like max 2 or 3 clients a day, probably 2 clients a day. That might even become overwhelming and we just do 1 client a day or 1 client every other day. And it's going to be a slow burn here, but providing value first. So for us, what we're providing value for first is either a free course if they haven't received that course yet, or a diagnostic call. So what you're offering could be is a custom CMA valuation report. That is going to take time. That's why we are only offering 1 a day or 2 a day, or a call to review the market. Those are some simple offerings there without anything attached. And then some follow-ups if they didn't respond, and then going into the ask for the review. Just some simple offerings before asking if you need to backtrack. And so they created this whole SOP. I'm in the process of reviewing it now. I mean, I'm happy to send it over. It's very specific to Key Technology. So if you receive one of these emails, you'll know you are tagged as VIP. And according to our records, you haven't posted a review. So these are various different ways you can ask for a review, just depending on the level of support and help you have in your company.